What's good, y'all? What's good to the people, to everybody out there in the internet land, on this great social media platform known as YouTube? UW back at it again with another episode of Comics Lunacy. Now, last episode we dealt with the general topic of video game characters getting nerfed, right? Specifically in the case of Kratos versus Wonder Woman Diana. In this video, as I preference at the end of that video, we shall be dealing with the infamous, the ever so controversial meme and gag phrase known as prep time. Now, for those of you who don't know and why this is lunacy, I shall explain all of this because I am pretty confident, as usual, I have a much different perspective on the matter than most people. Now, it's pretty sad that comic book fans actually hold to this. This used to be a complete joke, right? I don't know where it started, but I'll get into the origins as well as I know of prep time when it was starting to use a couple years ago or whatnot. But comic book fans somehow started to accept this shit. It made no sense at all as to why this phrase even got accepted in the first place. It's almost like, you know how you have fan fiction and anime and manga, like, you'll be like, ooh, how people do with plot armor. And if you see my video months ago, you know how my views on plot armor. But people will joke, well, this character has better plot armor than this one. It's a joke. That's how prep time started, right? Prep time was like, a character cannot defeat another character, but if you give that character prep time, he might come out and make plays. Now, it's reasonable that if you have a highly intelligent, genius level character, can find weaknesses in a character, then yeah, that character can win. It's not a bad thing. That's called warfare, strategy, and intellect. But no, we don't do that. We don't talk about how intelligent a character is. For example, in comics, the famous Nightfall storyline, when Bane broke the Bat's back, alright? When Bane broke Batman's back. Bane figured out Bruce Wayne. He made a whole elaborate play to wear down Bruce Wayne physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. And then he went after and he broke the Bat, alright? Whether Bane could have won or lost is irrelevant. That was prep time, if you will, for lack of a better term. That was prep time. Now, the way that most people use prep time is like this phrase, Batman with prep time. I don't understand. That's not how death matches work. You don't go with prep time. Batman doesn't do prep time. Show me one comic where Batman did prep time. Batman comes prepared. Now and people can say, well, Superman, like if you can catch any character off guard. For example, Dragon Ball Super. Son Goku got caught off guard by a laser. We know that wouldn't take him down in a battle, but he got caught off guard. And back in the filler of Dragon Ball, people call it DBZ. Krillin throws a rock and it hits him. Now he's in Super Saiyan, but he nerfed his ki level so far that a rock was able to hurt him. Now people joke, what is he, rock level? No, he's not rock level. You can catch anybody slipping. Batman, you're not normally going to catch slipping unless he's in his Bruce Wayne persona that he can't be who he is. Batman comes prepped, right? There's no prep time, right? And even with enough prep time, he's not killing the presence. He's not killing Lucifer Morningstar, okay? Like, he's not killing the Spectre. He will defeat and kill Batman. He will defeat Superman Kal-El, though. That's a whole different discussion altogether. Because people are too obsessed with just straight powers and don't understand fighting genius and a number of other elements as well. But the thing is, people with this prep time nonsense, bro, it's almost as if they negate a character's true sense of abilities. And they don't want to accept that certain characters can take L's, bro. Certain characters have weaknesses. They're not these gods and demigods that you make them out to be. A beautiful example of actual usage of prep time was, I was watching Dan Coe's video on Dr. Stephen Strange versus John Constantine, Hellblazer John Constantine, right? And you gotta understand, John Constantine, for those who don't know, I have his first 5 volumes from his comic, right? John Constantine is not a physical fighter. He doesn't choose to fight. And Dan Cole made a point of that, which is accurate. If you came into it for real, Doctor Strange absolutely wrecks. He absolutely demolishes John Constantine. But that's not how the concept of Constantine. Constantine literally manipulates. He's a con man. Anybody who knows this character knows that he's a con man, right? So he's outwitted the devil multiple times. Various powerful demons who clearly could wipe the floor. I mean, he's had soulless soul and he's still out of hell. Like, this dude is ridiculous with his game. But legitimately, if you give him prep time, because he's not a massively powerful sorcerer or mage like Doctor Strange, like Dr. Fate, Zatara, such. Yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. But if he does come in and he has intel on you, he will come and make plays. He may summon demons. He will do some tricky stuff. And if you allow him to talk his way out of it, he can convince just about anybody of anything. All right. So that's just an example of actual uses of prep time. Another character who utilizes prep time in the midst of a battle is Joseph Jojo Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you know JoJo's, you know what I'm talking about. This dude stay making plays. A third character who uses prep time in the midst of a battle based on the stuff that he picks up, that's part of his character, is MacGyver, especially the 80s version. The 2010s version, true as well. But MacGyver's character is huge about this. He can throw hands, don't get it twisted. But his big thing is he takes on sometimes pretty much armies or dangerous foes, because he gets himself out of very difficult and dangerous situations because he MacGyvered his way out. In fact, it became a coin term, all right? MacGyvering. Just using any old thing along the way and using his intellect. He can come up with things. A beautiful example of this, Iron Man Tony Stark, because of his mind. I forget if it was Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards, Dr. Bruce Banner. I forget who said it. I think it was Reed Richards. But he said, what makes Tony so dangerous is not his suits. It's his mind. He always has it on him. And we've seen this time and time again, especially in the comics with Iron Man. He makes all kinds of suits. He makes all kinds of things. But he can just whip up something real quick, just like he did with the Mark I. So there's that. The thing with prep time is it almost like we're going to completely just disallow for intellect in a fight. All it cares about is who can beat up the other person, who can just slash the better. That's not how fights work. Not at all. So I had to do this video to be fair for the people and just to just demolish this whole myth of a concept. Unexpected Wonder, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on it. And, man, give me any suggestions y'all want for me for a future episode of Comics Lunacy. There's a lot to talk about. I'm probably debating between 2 or 3, which is why I'm not saying what the next episode of this series will be. But yeah, expect something definitely later. All right, y'all. Peace.